The blood of the innocent. Carpet Day.
I just want you to stop saying odd shit.
Party's over. How's that for a slice of fried gold?
I am your mother. Everyone you love around you dies.
This is a way of life. Is it dead?
Prime time, bitch.
I worship Satan. Satan is good. Satan is our pal.
I can't believe that just fucking happened. Yeah, boy.
Good evening, all, and welcome back to another episode of the podcast Downstairs. We are just three weirdos locked in a basement who like all things horror. We got a few things to say about that, but first, we're gonna go around the table and introduce ourselves. Now, legends tell of a space that is outside of time, where people exist within the woods, but it's inside. Doesn't make any sense, I don't know. But this legend, if it is true, it says that there's a voice that calls to you from the dark. It says, I'm Glenn.
And I'm the embodiment of the phrase, revenge is a dish best served cold. Ice cold even, like the ice that sunk my ship. But while my ship falls to the abyss, my revenge will be eternal. And I'm Claudio.
Ooh, I like that you went pirate with it.
Yeah.
But
like Pirate Nosferatu.
I'm not even here right now. I'm just a legend. I'm a myth. I'm folklore. I am just a whisper in the night. And I am Joe.
That's a good one. Cryptic. All right, so we are doing another show and tell for this episode, and
With a twist.
We could not figure out for the life of us how we wanted to pick what area of movie we wanted to do. So we did like a little thing called genre roulette, where we threw a bunch of different genres, really specific subgenres, into a wheel, spun it, and the first one that fell out was foreign folk horror.
Yeah, baby.
Which seems really appropriate considering how much we all really enjoyed Vitavimen.
Heresy. Mm-hmm. Which I've seen some other folks given flowers
people
to,
are loving
actually.
it.
So very cool that everyone's appreciating that,
Our
which
fingers on
deserves
the
it.
pulse.
Oh, that too. I guess so. I wasn't even really. I guess that counts as a. Yeah, you're right. As it does for our listeners, the validation is all over.
Yeah, I thought this was gonna be an interesting one because I wasn't sure. Like as soon as I saw that it was folk, like foreign folk, I was like, locked and loaded. I have mine. I know exactly which one I want to do, and I was curious to see what direction you guys were gonna go, because I know you have an affinity for like J horror. So I was like, is he gonna go that direction? And it's like, I know that you like more European style, so it's like, are you gonna go that direction?
We can't be that predictable.
No. So, which ones did you pick, and how did I know?
Well, I actually had to kind of like do a little homework here, which is so much of like why I love doing what we do here together, because it kind of forces me to kind of more formally, in a more organized way, kind of confront either my tastes or what I like or what I think I like. Because as you were saying, like, oh yeah, we're all psyched on folk, but I'm glad that we challenge ourselves to be more specific with the subgenres. So I was like, no, let's go, like, because I realized most of the folk that I think I really enjoy has been like new and American. Right? Like, we've all enjoyed Midsummer and The Witch, and like, we've all been hanging out in this space for the last 10 plus years, and like, there's been a lot of really cool folk horror explored, stateside, but like, it's very much, I think, a subgenre that belongs to, the older histories of lands and people. And it's very much like a European thing, really any indigenous place. But that's what I'd been most exposed to. But I love that there are like traditions of this anywhere, any culture, any
There's
community.
mythos in every culture.
That's been around long enough will eventually tell each other stories to freak each other out, and that's kind of why I love that this subgenre is so big. Because like as I was kind of interrogating myself, I was like, oh, does that count? Because that's kind of like a vampire thing. Does that count? Because that's really just like ghosts. Does any ghost count? This is almost zombie-like with reanimated stuff, like And I was
when you start getting into like the Eastern Asian mythologies and things, it gets very crazy and spiritual with like different kinds of yokai being so vastly different. Where it's like there are vampires, there are zombies, there are ghosts, but it's like they're all still folk tales.
Yes.
And it's like, it is kind of cool because it's like, well, do you want to go more creature? Like, are we going to be looking at like a Kappa here? Or
it's a
like,
wide umbrella.
Yeah.
You can be totally restrained and just very atmospheric with it. You can have full-on creature monsters, not even just like bumps in the dark or ghosts or specters, but like actual like physical, gremlins or whatever.
Troll hunter.
Yeah, like yes, exactly. Like
Dude, Troll Hunter fucks.
I was about to say I didn't pick
It was
that,
a
but
really close second.
That's a
yeah.
fun one. Yeah.
But so that was okay. So that's like an example of one that I was like, yeah, I love that, and I like definitely associate that with folk horror. But I'm like, okay, but that's also like that's trolls. That's creatures. That's maybe its own thing. I don't know. And so like I kind of crossed it off my list. But like that would I think be a perfect fit. But I was really trying to like keep myself from doing anything that I felt like could have belonged in another genre. But like it's it's all like I said, a wide umbrella and fun to pick apart regardless. So.
Yeah.
I'm excited to do it with you guys.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. This was kind of, I was really happy that we did it, really, because I know we have our show and tells. I know we have our slashics, which we will eventually get back to. But it was really cool to, like, create this new thing that kind of, like you said, flexes our brain, tries to give us, something either to revisit that, like, we didn't think fit the mold until it's in front of us. And it was like, oh, my God, this is the perfect movie to watch for this. And just to, like, go through our endless list of things we want to see. Like, well, this is a movie that fits the mold, but I haven't had a need for it. This is perfect. So it's kind of just like giving us more spectrum to work with. And I really like that.
Yeah.
Spectrum. No, I also appreciate the fact that we're not necessarily switching things up because we absolutely will go back to our slashics, when we feel like it because we're our own bosses.
Don't rush us.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's been like a kind of a little bit of a streaming. Like I don't want to say desert because that's very melodramatic, but like I just feel like a lot of the things that we were looking at for slashics and their remakes have just not been floating around streaming platforms as they were in the fall and in the winter, which I feel like is like horror.
It's a premium right now for sure. It's like trying to find, and it's also trying to find ones that are worth watching and talking about. Because some of them do exist, and some of them, it's like, I just feel like we don't really want to even just
We're
cover
about to
it.
scratch. So, I mean, not to give anything away or to divert from our, folk horror topic that we're about to dive into. We, each have a handful that we're gonna, I think, discuss and just explore very leisurely. But before getting into that, yeah, just since you bring it up, like, yeah, it's been tougher.
Yeah, it's cool because like having places like Tubi where it's like we consistently have stuff on Tubi. It's like that's fucking great. Mm-hmm. But when you start getting into like those rarities, like when we were covering like Halloween, and it was like, well, where do you find Rob Zombie's Halloween if it isn't actively Halloween?
It took me so long. Finally did see Halloween 2.
Yeah,
Not as taken with that one as I was the first one, but
Nah, it explains too much.
it does a lot.
It explains way more than what the first one did.
But like streaming wise, yeah, I was gonna say, oh, that's what I forgot to mention. That's why I like blanked out and just said it's tough. But no, not to give too much away with the slashic stuff. On my end, with planning and organizing, I feel like we're about to dive into like either like obscure stuff to laugh at, like Prom Night, or like shit that might be hard to kind of sit through, like Straw Dogs. Like it's like that era of 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
Kind of, okay, we're getting to the corners now. It's gonna get real crusty.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what we're about, and we'll get there eventually. But like that's what we're kind of around the corner with from my end of planning. Not
don't
necessarily.
think it's been distributed yet, but I know it's out. There is the new Return of the Living Dead that came out this year.
New.
Yes.
How big a production?
I cannot remember the size of
Okay.
it or anything like that. I don't really know any of the details other than the fact that it was coming out. So maybe we might have a really fun zombie time coming back around again.
Okay.
Well, hey, I mean, I would not be mad at, once again, 28 years later folk creating a new zombie buzz,
So it'd be exciting.
Not mad about that.
At least in film, and then maybe it can, like, stay dead on TV. Walking Dead.
That show hasn't been about zombies in a real long time.
Which one?
Leave him alone!
He's already dead.
9 different Walking Dead shows.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm getting on too many different ponds right now.
But back to our roulette.
Yes.
Foreign folk.
Yeah, we did, and I like that we were like kind of really specific about our choices for what genres we wanted to throw in. That was cool.
I like that it's a wide umbrella and that it can be a sort of loose, although like a set criteria, but like, you know, just a lot of different components to play with, because it'll be fun to hear, not necessarily like a justification, but like, or an explanation, but just like no, this is why it made me think of this, or this is why it fits into this for me, and like this is what this means, you know, in my context, whatever. I like that.
Yeah. So, did you, before we start diving into our actual picks, did you guys have any honorable mentions that you like either watched and wanted to talk about, or something that was maybe going to be a choice but you didn't quite get there, or you changed your mind?
It was Troll Hunter. Okay. Troll Hunter was going to be my alternate if not the one that I picked.
Yeah, sometimes it's just trolls. Yeah.
Love Troll Hunter. I mean, mythical creatures, folklore exist in so many different cultures. You know, definitely, you know, passed down through generations, etc. And just also fun, found footage, like great effects.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
found a found footage that fits the mold for my genre that we're doing.
and that's the other thing. Like, found footage can obviously be like doing anything, but you know, it's like a style, kind of like anything else. But like, yeah, that was also where I was like, okay, maybe we do that in like a found footage episode or something. And I was like, whatever.
If it's many boxes and.
But I do love it. I don't want to say
Oh,
that.
absolutely.
Yeah. I was just going to say, I want to be annoying and just, like, set alarms. Crisis alert! For 11 minutes. There's 2 movies that had been on Shudder for a while, like a few summers back, and I just, for the life of me, just couldn't track them down. Can't, like, recall the titles or hardly what they're about other than their premises. There's 2 I'm trying to think of. One, I couldn't even watch. Like, it was just, I wasn't enjoying, like, the body horror of, it opens with, like, an extended, like, 15-minute scene of, like, a witch woman who's, like, clearly trapped in a pit. And it seems like ancient times, or, like, she's just, like, in rags in a rock pit. And it was just hard to, like, sit through 15 minutes of that. I can't remember what it was called, and I didn't watch that, but I think it was like a big hit, especially among like folk horror, hardcore, you know, heads. There's another one that's far more contemporary, much easier to watch, and I enjoyed it, and I just can't remember what it was, but it was forever playing on like the Shudder live channels when they were happening. But it's like a couple in a house, and I always like miss the beginning and the end, but I would always catch like the middle 55 minutes every time it was on. And they're just getting, it's like a home invasion thing where they're like, you know, more or less trapped inside their home.
Was
and
it
outside.
children?
No. It's like a couple, 30 something.
No. Were children attacking them?
No, all adults. Like, they're all in costume, so like you can't really get a
so
great
it
look.
wasn't Eden Lake.
No, I'm trying to
definitely
watch
thought
Eden
it was
Lake.
Eden Lake,
No,
yeah.
ever since I realized it's what's her name in the lead, I'm like, I have to watch
yeah.
Eden Lake soon. But no, it
And
wasn't that.
Michael Fassbender, I think, is also in that one too.
Yeah, no. It was far more recent, like 2021, 2022 is what I would have pegged it at, and like, you know, might have been a Shudder original, might not have. You know, fairly independent that way, but like it looked good. And
Talk about Unwelcome.
that doesn't ring a bell, but like I can't even knock anything out. So anyway,
Gotcha.
we can play this game.
Yeah,
right? I just
later.
needed to be
Shudder home invasion.
I just needed to be an
Click.
annoying old man and make sure you guys had the same, you know, things eaten away at the back of your mind as I will be for the next 60 or so minutes.
No, it's totally fine. I took one of mine, like my original, like my second pick, because I was like, I feel like my first pick is too on the nose or too like very specifically me, and I'm like, branch out, do something else. So I challenged myself, and I saw a movie that was getting around a lot, and people are talking about it quite a lot right now, and that's Hellhole on Netflix.
Hellhole.
It is like a possession / priest / demonic thing going on, and it just like I was watching it, and it just like it was a slow burn, but then it was like there was like the burn kind of fizzled out, so it was just slow.
See,
And I'm like, there was don't get me wrong, there were definitely some cool scenes where it was like, that's neat. I like that you're doing that. Do more, and then it doesn't do more.
or that it ends.
Yeah.
I feel like folk horror, really in particular, like saves the goods for the last like literal
has a knack for, like-
literal 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Sit with us.
Can I? Okay. So,
Stay on the
And
ride.
I also had to catch myself too because it didn't feel folk. Because it was very like Catholicism. And I'm like, that doesn't feel as folk to me. It's
Well-
like this just kind of comes across as a foreign possession.
I feel like religious horror and folk horror have such.
I was gonna
overlap.
say it really depends on how it's made, because like
there's totems. There's
non-
totems that appear through it, and
Yeah.
it's like, so okay, we're kind of there, but it just didn't.
Prayers
feel
and rituals
right.
and incantations are all very much the same thing.
Yeah. For people that aren't in a Christian-dominated
Fair.
I was gonna say it's all
area,
relative, yeah.
it would be folk to them.
Yeah,
as
sure.
what we are experiencing would be folk to
Which is
us.
why, as we say foreign folk, keep in mind we're just fans of alliteration. We understand it's more properly appropriate and accurate to say like international folk or just folk horror, you know, writ large. But like I just like alliteration. That's all.
My assignment
We don't mean
was-
to other anyone. You know, we
my
are the
assignment
foreigners
was a
most of the time.
non-American folk horror. That was my
Same.
basic.
That's all.
That was my
yes,
criteria.
yes.
Speaking of that, the other honorable mentions that I would have put in through
I'm gonna mention too as
were
well.
things like La Llorona, or is the Curse, just things
The
that
good one, not the bad one.
yeah, but like
La
again,
Llorona by Jay Bustamante. Fucking yes.
but yeah, things like that, like things that were not based in America, having culture outside of there.
So did you pick that?
No,
Oh, I did.
no.
So that's one of mine.
I'm
okay.
sorry. I
It's
outed
one of
your
your honor.
pick.
It's one of your honorables.
No, that's one of my picks.
Oh,
So
hell yeah.
no, that's what I'm saying. I was hoping we might stumble on.
That's
that.
fucking
I
cool.
love
I'm glad I didn't tell you guys
that.
any mine yet. so.
Another one that was on my radar. I don't know why I was very Netflix heavy this time around. I just found myself on that streaming platform in particular. I don't know why. I had Apostle was another one that I had in my back pocket, but
See,
I was
that's
like,
one I kind of crossed out because it fits, but I'm like, that's also like action.
Yes.
That is from the same folk that did The Raid. You
Yeah.
know, so like I kind of, I kind of did not let that be what I wanted to pick also.
yeah, it just didn't. It just didn't fit the theme of what I was looking for. The other one was another one that I'd seen on Netflix. I watched it once before, and I was like, "Do I do it again?" And it was just a little too odd for me, and I can't remember It's like Elementary, I think is the name of it.
I don't think I've heard of that.
I'm just
We're
geeking out
so-
that we bonded on that Llorona. I'm like,
And we
hell.
can jump back to it, but were you saying that you didn't want to do it, or you?
No, those are one of like my options. Like besides,
fallback,
yeah,
like Troll
besides
Hunter.
Troll Hunter,
Gotcha,
like
gotcha.
I focused on one movie, but
No,
these were
you're-
all ones that either I've seen before.
If
or
those
things
are
that were
your
in
like
my
fallbacks, I can't wait for your first string. Like that's I'm pumped now. No, I'm curious if you guys hit any others because then I'm going to show you my little notes here. While we're all consulting things, two of my honorable mentions that I thought were fairly guilty of that whole like, you were like doing cool stuff. I was interested, but like the structure or pacing didn't balance out the way I wanted to because all the kind of awesome, fun stuff were saved for the very, very end. And I understand budget constraints sometimes. But regardless, there were two movies that I thought did that a bit too much. Free Waka, which I know have been making the
That
rounds on
was another
Shudder,
one.
that a lot of people like, and that's cool. It's very fine acting and writing and atmosphere and all that.
for sure.
But it got so awesome, literally just at the very end for me. I would have loved like that being more like the third act or the second half or anything.
Right.
Something that is way more upfront with its quote unquote goods. It's like sort of genre like, hey, my stuff. I think is a Dark Song, which also I think was on Netflix for a long time, and a lot of people were talking up. But that was a weird one, not only for kind of doing big stuff at the end, which I don't even necessarily want to like give that away, but there's giant Viking angels involved.
That's
fun.
I love
Which
that.
sounds awesome, but again, like it's just like it felt tacked on to me at the end, and that
Felt like a by the way kind of deal.
and that movie is also just like a very, in my opinion, like exploitive in the wrong ways, like not in fun ways, and like it's trying to trick the audience ways, and there's I don't know, there's a lot of weird.
Aramentari, the blacksmith and the devil.
That's like Elementary :
Yeah, blacksmith and the devil. It was when did this come out? It was
that sounds vaguely Nathaniel Hawthorne-y, but is it that type of?
kind of. It's more so like a folky fairy tale kind of thing about
Okay.
a blacksmith finds himself battling the devil.
Hell yeah.
Does
he make a sword?
Super cool visuals. Came out in 2018, and it's from Spain/France, and it's originally in Basque.
Oh, Love that.
Nice.
There's a pulp novel I enjoy that features Basque as a major component.
That's cool.
It's a kind of...
Sorry that took me so long to fucking search.
It is an interesting, but
We're so professional
flawed
here.
politically pulp novel.
We talked about our honorable mentions a bit. I outed your pick.
No, well, just a pick, and I didn't do him any kind of, I didn't have.
This is Joe. You know he's got like 7.
Oh, no.
Well, I have said that we were speaking of
backups.
backups, so like, okay, wait. We hit Apostle. I mentioned 2 things. Okay, 2 things I loved that we've discussed already a bit on this podcast, so I'm not going to belabor them. But Oddity.
Yeah,
we
of
love
course.
Oddity.
Yeah.
I think that very much counts, even though it's also.
That's Irish folk horror. Hell yeah.
I mean, it's Ghost.
Grand.
It's Rand. It's class, is what that is.
It is
Truly,
class.
that is top shelf, top notch. Like, love Oddity. Can't wait to see Hokum's. Hate that that's like still sitting on my list, but that's another episode. And then also we love Exuma, which did you guys either you guys end up seeing? You ended up watching?
No.
I
Wait.
bet you did.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
Regardless.
Eczema was the one with like the 3 acts, right? Or,
There's like
it
6
did like the
chapters, I believe, in
Yeah,
Exuma.
chapters. Yeah,
but
yeah,
it is
yeah,
about
yeah.
like these like 2 sibling shaman folks, a couple like, for lack of a better word,
shaman, the
funeral
grave.
director folk.
Yeah.
They're kind of working together to do exorcism stuff with like this wealthy family, but it kind of unlocks a like feudal political conspiracy involving like ghosts and different burials between like Korean and like Japanese like warlords and samurai and stuff.
I see the poster
I
in my
got
back.
interrupted like after like the 2nd or 3rd act. I only saw a chunk of it, so
It is
I don't.
dense. It is dense, and it is something that I didn't pick because, again, I've already kind of talked about it a bunch, but like it got brought to my attention through Kit
That was one of
Laser
our-
on Letterboxd, who a lot of people probably know as he described it as very season 1 True Detective-esque,
Yeah.
which it absolutely does have all
It's got
those
that
vibes
vibe.
and themes, despite being so, wrapped up in other like horror ghost conventions more explicitly, and also being like in a different nation culture, etc. But like that investigator element is so there. It's very noir heavy, but there's like just a lot of fun stuff going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I didn't want to go with.
I think that was one of the first movies that we had talked about in like one of the very early episodes.
Because it was 2024, right?
Yeah.
And that was just a year that bangers. Like
If you
Oddity,
remember in
Exuma,
our-
a bunch of others.
in our unofficial bracket, I believe that had a lengthy run in our little brackets of best movie of the year.
I go to
yeah,
that
for
to that one a
2024.
lot,
Yeah, that
so.
one came. I think that was like fucking semifinals. Like that was close.
And
Quality,
then
quality.
There's another one that one I thought of. I think you're doing, and then there's another one that I think we like. Have you ever seen a Brotherhood of the Wolf?
Brotherhood of the Wolf,
This one sounds so familiar.
It's unforgettable.
2001.
Starring, because I just know that you have it pulled up in front of you. It's a French production, as the title suggests, about werewolves, but it actually tracks a true quote unquote, but like a real myth that is in a specific region of France at the time where they were reportedly hunting like giant wolf creatures. But it gets like a real
This looks
genre
like
twister.
Bloodborne.
Yeah.
It gets a real genre twister, yeah, because there's like a love triangle among. Well, a younger in 2001. God, I was just talking about her with my wife the other day. Monica Bellucci, being a I don't even want to give it away, but like an awesome like monster hunter character. And then again, it gets wrapped up in like martial arts with like the second lead.
Vincent Cassel.
Oh, another great like famous genre French actor. He's the villain antagonist. But no, who are the 2 male leads? They should be like top billed.
Is it Knight, Gregor, and Francois?
No, it's fucking Highlander and goddamn. I can't remember.
Like the OG?
How very dare them not put them at the
Lambert.
top of the list?
Isn't it Lambert? I think it's Christopher Lambert and fucking what's his name? God, I can't think of anything else that he's more famous for. The first thing I'm thinking of right now is John Wick 3, fucking Zero, the like sort of goofy side antagonist, sushi chef. Mark Dacascos, who's been in a million genre martial arts things. Am I getting all this wrong?
You are not.
Okay,
But
okay.
it is very
it is
rude.
Mark Dacascos.
It is very rude that they put him so low on the list because I'm like,
Well, it's probably fucking racism, honest to God, because like whatever, it's in the plot as well. Dope ass movie. It definitely counts as like folk horror, but it's also like action, comedy, romance, genre
Dude,
shit.
Mark's been in so much stuff.
That's what I'm saying. He's a genre king. We love him. But again, that felt like it could be werewolf stuff. It felt like it could be martial arts stuff. Felt like it could be a genre bender for sure. I might have even mentioned it on that episode that we did.
Oh
Shout
yeah,
out to
this is
genre
so
blenders.
Bloodborne coded.
Yeah, but among all that and Apostle, that knocks out all of my sort of honorable mentions. So I'm down to either dive into picks.
Puppetry and animatronics by Jim Henson's Creature Shop. Shut the fuck up.
The werewolf effects are like top notch. This is like a real hidden gem of like French 2001 cinema. Like it's just so silly because it
for
didn't
you
fit
folks?
neatly into like the torture porn wave that was about to blow up. It wasn't like, you know what I mean?
What
Anything
year
else?
did Bloodborne come out?
Wouldn't that be so funny?
Wasn't it like 0203? Like it was right around the corner.
Yeah.
Bloodborne.
Or
was
no, I'm sorry.
15.
I'm thinking of Blood
It was
Rain.
15.
Sorry,
yeah.
I'm thinking of
So-
Blood Rain.
Dude, this was fucking. They ripped it. Like Bloodborne fucking
They
ripped
said
this shit.
this looks nice,
so.
and it's free on YouTube.
And it's
Tubi,
good.
and
It's
Pluto.
long, but it's good. Really
And-
cool camera tricks. Like very interesting.
Pack
shit
de
going
les
on.
loops.
It's basically free anywhere you can find streaming. That is really cool.
Yeah, highly recommend for anyone that hadn't, heard of that.
Brotherhood of the Wolf. That's fucking cool, dude.
I thought did we not watch that together? I think I just talked your ear off about it.
I think
a
you
little
told me about it, but it was like
could
now that
not
I'm
shut
like
up about
looking at it, I'm like, fuck yeah, dude.
I'll just add that to my watch list while we're gabbing about it.
I was
The
gonna say,
whole
Claudio
idea of this
added one-
podcast was to try to make my list smaller.
No, you fool!
Oh, no.
It never gets smaller.
This is yo.
Just chasing the
It's a
dragon,
grower.
basically.
Yeah. So
Claudio, you added one of my picks. I
Yeah.
could out one of Glenn's if Glenn can out one of yours. You want to do it that way?
I'm sure Glenn can out mine. So
And then we can all take our time diving into those first picks, arbitrarily chosen by our compatriots.
I don't remember which one yours was.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, no, I remember.
Out 'em.
I
Out 'em
remember.
right now.
I remember now. I
Out
remember
right now.
Yeah.
It goes this way.
Well,
Go
so
ahead.
one of the things I was thinking of
ahead.
picking before
hard as you
someone called dibs, and I was very happy about it. So you're gonna talk about The Ritual at some point today,
Yes, I am.
which is another really fun, dope movie, widely available on Netflix for a long time. I don't know if
This
that's
was,
still where it is.
and this felt like it was like I felt like this is far too easy of a pick. I feel like I was just like, oh, you know which one comes to my mind when we talk about folk horror, and it's like, oh, wait, it was also like it was a UK release, but I think specifically it was Welsh.
And The Ritual and my pick La Llorona, both from 2019, I believe.
Weird. No, 2017.
Yours is 17.
Yeah.
Shit.
You're the oldest.
Oh
So
God,
far.
now I know how it feels.
Barely.
It's okay.
Hardly.
Can't be 50 forever, you know.
So yes.
Only according to my most loved ones. Go on.
With my sunken ship, with my curse laid upon you, what is the movie I picked?
The Damned.
Yes, I did.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we
Yeah.
all actually knew that.
Yeah. 2024 is The Damned.
Which is a remake?
No.
No?
This is a directorial debut.
Oh, okay. Same title. Okay, this is
There
how we
is
got
a
into the
there
conversation.
is a movie. Yeah, there's an
Okay.
Italian movie of the same name that came out 2024.
And
as
there's
well,
also, like-
by
Oh
Roberto
no, I'm
Min.
thinking of something from like the 70s or 60s
Oh.
even maybe that's like a, I think a foreign folk, but it's like nun horror, it's like convent horror.
We talked about this,
And this is
briefly,
where,
but yeah,
and then we started talking about the one that you mentioned,
Yeah.
the priest.
no correlation between that.
Yeah.
think
Does it
I'm just
have
getting the
any
title
relation
wrong
to the
anyway.
band The Damned?
No.
Okay.
So I'm saying it does, yeah, that does get around.
Listen,
Damn.
names be popular.
Yeah.
Damn and be popular.
Damn.
No, damn.
Popularity be damned.
Alright, so you have 2024.
I have
The
a
Damned.
2024 as Icelandic Nordic folk horror,
I have 2019 La Llorona,
and you have 2017
which is like South
Old Man.
American, Guatemalan, and then you have your 20. Who wants to go first? Oldest, middle child.
I'll go first. I'll be the oldest child.
Cool.
Yeah, youngest sibling
Lead into
doesn't
the
go
most
first.
recent.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll work our way up. All right, so 2017, The Ritual released to Netflix, streaming on Netflix. I think this was also produced by Netflix in some capacity, or they may have just
Don't
grabbed
let
it up.
that dissuade you. This is-
Absolutely not,
this is
because
early. This is before Netflix really lost the plot. They were still trying, I think, at
Yeah.
this point.
and it's also like this is like right as the swing of like the the Mike Flanagan stuff started picking
Yes.
up, and like he got on and started making
This
his
was-
TV shows.
Well, he did Gerald's Game this year.
Yeah.
Also for Netflix.
Yeah.
He's had a long relationship with them.
Oh, absolutely. Directed by David Bruckner, who also had previously directed The Night House and Southbound. Didn't see
Night House
either of those.
previous?
Huh? Or no,
After.
after.
That was the one with Rebecca Ferguson?
I think so. Yes.
Or the
Spelled
other Rebecca?
out.
Rebecca Hall. I always confuse the Rebeccas. They're both great.
And then he also directed the segment Amateur Night on the first VHS movie.
Hell yeah.
Interesting.
Yes, starring Rafe Spall, Archer,
Come on.
Asher,
Glenn. Slancha.
Slancha, Archer Ali, and Robert James Collier. A
sure,
handful
you
of
know
these
yourself.
people you would recognize as being frequents in some of the Cornetto trilogy movies, which is hilarious.
I did not catch that.
Our titular main character in this, the guy that the main character that we're following in the beginning of this, is one of the Andes.
Oh, I probably did.
Yeah.
At least don't think I've watched this since I think 2019 is maybe why I got those years mixed up.
And fun thing enough too, one of the Andes, this guy, he also played the douchebag fucko kid on his phone that worked in Sean's electronic shop.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Got some
Hello,
got some-
mate.
Glenn, you got a mustache.
I know. No, absolutely. I think this is fucking grade A, fucking class Norse legend retelling, evil lurking in the woods, dead bodies strung up in trees.
Whoa, it doesn't even present that way though. Presents
No,
as
not at all.
presents as
Psychological horror. Like
I was
the-
gonna say 4 bros want to go camping.
well,
hiking?
I think they're yeah, they went to it was
like a
a
bachelor-
trip. Yeah, it was a trip
bachelor
that they were
party trip?
supposed to take because their one friend died in a stabbing or got shot in like a store or something.
Yes.
Right, like a robbery.
Yeah, so it was like a robbery
In his
gone awry,
honor.
and they take him. They
Okay.
take a picture
For some reason
of
I
him
thought it was like a
to the
bachelor
mountain. I think it was supposed to be.
Okay.
Which is the really sad part.
So it is extremely solemn, but like I feel like the first half is just like 4
It deals
dudes.
with fucking grief heavy in the beginning too.
Say like 4 dudes, very heavy with grief, like kind of forcing themselves, very like almost Blair Witch Project-esque, but not shaky cam. But a lot of like hiking in the woods, a lot of getting pissed at each other, a lot
Filmed in the Romanian mountains, actually, the Carpathian Mountains.
a lot of like sniping among like old friends that haven't seen each other in a minute. So it's a lot
Just
of
that
like
one guy that keeps bitching about his fucking rolled ankle.
a lot of exploring of masculinity though, and a lot of exploring of like male friendship bullshit that goes on in the first half or so, and then the spooky gets turned up, and like
Yes.
I wouldn't even want to spoil too much of it, but like it does bring about as everything Glenn mentioned. So I'll leave it at that in terms of
It came out 9 years ago. I'm just
I don't know.
I don't
It's
know.
Such a good one.
This is a
popular-
good one that it's like if nobody's ever seen this,
This is
if
one
you
of those
haven't seen it,
movies.
fucking just watch it because it's gonna blow your fucking tits off.
there are certain moments that you just sit there mouth agape, just like, oh my god.
Because that's the thing, like, it just presents as like, well, shit's gonna get wild camping in the woods, and it just really escalates. Like, there is a haunted house element, there is like
Yes.
a crazy village cult element.
There's
is
like psychological torture and like
But it is not-
mind games that are happening, and
It's not a slow burn though. Like, there's
no, it is.
It's character study in the first half, but then the back half,
It
like,
gets scary enough for these guys that one of the individuals pisses himself. Like
and that's
it's-
easy. I can do that right now.
yeah,
I'm doing it.
Is it happening?
Warm. Oh, now it's cold.
Go to the bucket.
Go to the book. No, this one's been very high up on my list for a really long time. Like I've had this highly rated. I think during
I'll also just say great. I think practical effects. At
yes,
the end, too.
great practical effects, good video effects too,
just
where
don't
they
wanna give
come
anything
in.
away, but
yeah,
yeah.
it's the gore elements are great. The unknowable
It's not that wet,
things that people no.
No.
Like it rains a
no.
lot, but
Yeah.
like it's not the wettest horror movie as we like to say.
Yeah, the unknowable aspects are done really, really well. Like, it is so unnerving and has to be one of one of those, if you know, you know, the coolest fucking thing I've ever fucking seen. It's like, my jaw was agape.
I was gonna say, if we're not gonna be any more specific, we could probably, unless there's more to add.
Well, I would like give shout outs to like the special effects and visual effects. They haven't worked on much since The Ritual, which is a crime, but one of the most notable things that they have done was work on The First Omen from 2024.
Ooh, another
A lot of really
2024
good
favorite,
effect
that's
in
what I'm
that
saying.
one, too.
I was gonna mention that. Love that movie.
The composer Ben Lovett was also worked with. I had his name with David before on things like. Well, he wouldn't have made it yet, but later he made Hellraiser together. They worked on The Night House together. So, again, just a little kiss of the we work together well. Let's keep this momentum going, which is really cool.
Yeah. This, you guys know that I'm not somebody who rewatches movies very frequently because it's like my brain just doesn't let me because I know everything that's going to happen. Why do I want to watch it again? During quarantine, I watched this movie like 5 times because it's that good. I was
good
just like,
rewatchable.
I just wanted to keep living in it and
So I'm
just
saying-
staying in those woods.
The banter and momentum of the friend dynamic like carries you really through, and then once you think that's going to lose steam, the rest kicks in, and it makes, I think, for a very good paced, rewatchable.
Go watch The Ritual!
So if that's 2017, I'm going to jump on to my 2019 La Llorona, again, as mentioned, directed by and written by Jairo Bustamante, who I think only has like a couple features and a couple shorts to his name, so correct me there if I'm wrong, Claudio, but he is a Guatemalan filmmaker, and this is not like... So what struck me about this movie, which is La Llorona, first of all, is like a translation of The Weeping Woman, which is a, like, I think very sort of general sort of
Folklore, urban
Latin,
legend.
Hispanic, South American. Like, I don't know how
Yeah.
far it goes, but I know that this movie or this legend has been adapted into film like literally dozens of times since like the 60s. Like, it's not a new legend or whatever.
No, this legend has been around for a long time. I think the basis of it started from, like, obviously you never know where they started, but what people can kind of parse together is that this is one of those actual urban legends that exist in regular mythology to keep children away from playing near the canals.
Yeah, and wells and such, right? The oldest film
We're just
version,
hitting all of like the boogeyman in the dark type of things. Like, hey, don't go in the woods at night. That's a bad place to be.
the oldest film
Don't
version.
get into the canals.
Oh, don't you worry. I got something for that.
Gravity and Drowning is a bitch.
Yeah.
The oldest film version I found of this was, I think, 1933.
Whoa.
That's what I just thought was very interesting. But
1933.
anyway, around 2019, it was a bitch to find this because not only is this, like, technically international film, whatever, it also came out among, like, a glut of La Llorona movies. There was The Curse of La Llorona. There was The Return of La Llorona. There were the Pretty Shoes of La Llorona. Like, there were so many,
Not the Amityville
Two
La
weddings,
Llorona.
yeah, 2 weddings and the La Llorona. Medea's big fat Greek La Llorona.
Oh, no.
I'm calling the police.
So that, like,
Yes, call the police on Tyler Perry for doing that. Why would he make that movie? It's crazy.
once you parse through the different ones that were all coming out around like 2020-ish, you get to Jairo Bustamante's, and it's very, very cool, in my opinion, because despite it being an extreme slow burn, and it's not flashy in a gory kind of way, that's not why you're going to watch it. It is, I think, very beautiful, very colorful. Like, the color grading is fantastic. The compositions are
it
gorgeous.
handles tension
The
so
water
well.
is always black. Like, I love it. It's
Yeah.
it's fantastic. But it is just like a slow burn of like this tyrant, this dictator. And it is, again, like, I forget the specific name of the man, but I believe, there was the dictator in Guatemala in the 70s and 80s, if I'm not mistaken, who apparently,
Enrique
it's hard to
Montevarlo.
get, like, accurate readings of things when you live in the States, especially, when you're trying to get, like, recent histories of South American governments. But from what I could tell and can remember from my research at the time of watching it, the movie is, like, loosely based, right? So it's just a very kind of broad strokes, sort of, like, painting-esque depiction of not only the real life deterioration of this man who was a tyrant in Guatemala and linked to, like, episodes of genocide and such, etc. it tracks this as parallel to his like haunting, right? And the haunting is like of, you know, the whipping woman, but is also just like the manifest, you know, pain and karma of like the people he's oppressed and, you know, made to suffer. And it just kind of hits, I think, in a very like, you know, righteous justice kind of vengeful way, but it does build on this, you know, very old ghost story. And so I think it is a great example of folk horror. It's why I wanted to pick it and shout it out, because again, anything that shines light on that amongst the other glut of La Llorona is I think worth putting some air into. But
I mean, La Llorona got the Amityville true to the extent like it's in the Conjuring universe.
yeah.
So like,
Which is also like a boon in some like, hey, ma, we made it. Like maybe in some for fans of that franchise. I'm not one of them, but
I do like
whatever.
having it be like, I don't want to say it's inauthentic to have another La Llorona, but like to have it be a standalone entity as opposed to we're putting this in a universe and making it part of our own.
I just also love like a ghost that's hardly a ghost, and it's basically just like a young caretaker that's like absolutely ruining the day of like a predator and, and a monster
bad
and
people.
Just like it was just like this ghost did not mess with children. It did not like ruin any innocent people's mood. It just like found a piece of shit and ruined the last few weeks of his life. Hurrah.
Just like Predator 2.
Oh,
He was going after all those drug dealers.
Hey man,
I
they're just trying to make a living. I don't know why you got to go after hardworking detectives in dystopian 1997 LA
I'm getting too old for this shit.
in their sweaty pleated khakis and loafers with no socks running around.
Hey, it's a look. It's a look.
Oh my god, all that fake.
You really fucked yourself
yeah,
up.
you really going through it. But yeah, that one.
Wildfires.
So what's your cautionary tale?
So my cautionary tale is
Bless.
Bless you.
Bless.
You. Basically,
You get one more.
one more. We're
There
voting
it
him out
is.
of the basement.
Go on.
I think he's allergic to my movie.
Yeah, I
which
think so.
would be understandably so.
He's allergic to Predator 2 and pleated khakis is what it is.
All right, I'm done with La Llorona.
Yeah, go on. For people who did not hear previously, La Llorona is streaming on Shudder, so you can watch that there, the 2019 edition. There are a few that came out then. So my movie, The Damned, with a June 6, 2024 Tribeca Film Festival release, then half a year later, January 3rd, comes to theaters, which is in that dead period. And unfortunate because it was a banger for me. Mm-hmm. It's an Icelandic Nordic folk horror directed by Thordor Paulson. With his directorial debut being this movie, and is slated to direct the new Dead by Daylight movie. Ooh. So I feel that's right up his alley with dread, lingering tension. This movie is based on... Where do we start with this? The cautionary tale for me is to be a good person and help someone in need. Because if not, the repercussions will be multiplied tenfold. So, this woman, Odessa Young, is inheriting a ship by her widowed or deceased husband, and has to maintain this fishing outpost in a hard winter. They find a ship that crashes, and they are low on resources, so they say, we cannot save them, we cannot help them. And then their supplies come up ashore, so they go out to search. And then bad things happen. You know what happens when bad things happen? Nordic folklore comes to life, and the Draugr comes to life, which is the revenant of basically just malevolence, anger. You know, it's a lingering spirit, but it's not a spirit.
No.
Because it's the body is still...
The body is back.
The body is back, but it's not a zombie.
Yeah. No, it is
animated by... Hey, where have we heard that before? Where
Spite.
something just exists out of just hatred and malevolence.
Spite.
And it exists off of just that.
That's really
weird.
I've never heard that before.
Never,
Did
ever.
you just come up with that?
No. But, and it just devolves into that. They are just a shipping crew. They know their folklore of spin the coffin 3 times so that they don't know where they're going, nail their feet to the coffin so they can't get out, and then the people who don't pay attention and don't respect those customs see the consequences of their actions, which is
I love like the mythology of the Draugr because like any Revenant tale is always it's horrifying.
It is
Like, something just existing out of spite alone,
like you're the reason I am like this, and I'm going to make your life
and
a
I'm gonna
living
make it your fucking
hell.
It'd be crazy if somebody lived their life like that, you know. All I'm saying is like we can all be a little Draugr in our day-to-day life.
We
you know?
exist purely out of spite.
Do something over the course of your day to vex someone who has truly wronged.
You know what? Actually, it doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah. Doesn't that sound dreamy?
Isn't it dreamy?
Isn't he dreamy?
Other notable things about this group, the cinematography, and it makes it makes sense.
It makes some
Elliot Aronson, who was a cinematographer for things like The Watchers, Deliverance, and Lamb.
Really?
And Lamb. And that's the one that I'm like, oh, this is really cool. Okay.
Some of those shots I can actually see it now.
Exactly. And I've enjoyed like stacking the movies to like the accolades to the people instead of just writing their names, because it makes more sense. It puts the picture in my brain like, oh, I definitely see the correlation between these things. Other things that these people have done, and hopefully Joe comes back for them because there's 2 movies that he loves. But among the other people, there is Odessa Young, who I said previously is Ava, the widowed fishing post leader. There's Rory McCann. There's Siobhan Finnerman, who is Helga, who plays the role of this. I forget what the literary term is, but it's like the end is nigh person.
The Harbinger.
The Harbinger. She's the one.
Harbinger.
Shut up. I can't speak English one time, and it's.
I'm not even making fun. I'm not even poking fun at you. I'm poking fun at my wife.
Oh, I'm glad we're the same person. Amazing. But yeah, she's the one who sets this basis of like, Ava, you have to follow. Like, these are the things that we have to honor as
rules.
Fishermen. These are the things we have to do.
Very akin to like in The Lighthouse about like not killing the seagull.
Yes.
And it's like things go tits up when he does kill the seagull.
Yeah, and you don't honor what we have to do to respect the dead. This is what's going to happen. Now that Joe's back, I can say these other 2 names that he might ring a bell.
I'm really sorry, but I'm really thinking about getting a tattoo that says "I persist" out of spikes. It's a Dying Wish lyric.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But I heard you saying that. I was
Yeah. Wouldn't it be cool?
So I'm sorry about that.
Don't put yourself in another fit.
Other people that were in this movie, I said previously, the cinematographer also did Lamb.
Just don't
so
need
like,
to see.
yeah, it's cool to see that correlation. Other actors in this, Joe Cole, who was in The Green Room.
Joe Cole?
As Reese.
Oh, okay.
Also Turlo Converni, who was in St. Maud.
Ooh, hell yeah.
So I'm like, okay, it's really cool people. Siobhan, or I didn't even say.
My future show and tells.
Siobhan Finnerman, who was the Harbinger, was in Downton Abbey. So like they all have these cool.
Man, they got some crazy
They have
accolades.
some cool accolades.
Yeah.
And for like this to be like a directorial debut, and like I said previously for Joe, this is Thorder's directorial debut. Slated to do the new Dead by Daylight movie. I feel like it fits perfect in it. It's dark, it's moody, it's tension-filled.
Curious to see how that's gonna get played out, seeing as though
Video game movies have so much
Say,
potential.
Sure.
That's what it is, right?
Well,
It's a video game.
yeah,
Yeah.
and there's many protagonists in it, and many antagonists in it. So I'm curious
there's a point A to point B, like all.
Yeah.
Is it meant to be like a watered down Resident Evil, or is it?
No. Okay. It has its own lore and thing.
It's got thick lore.
Yeah, it does. And thick lore in the Dam with the Draugr. And it's the tension of their paranoia. It's the tension of, is what they're seeing really real, or are they just losing their minds? Because it's each person turning on each other.
Very akin to the Ritual.
So this is The Damned?
The Damned, yes. So, widowed woman becomes the captain of the fisherman outpost. They don't respect the customs. The customs come back. Draugr is a revenant of malevolence and spite.
Makes sense.
On you for not following, the customs.
Which, speaking of, like, tropes of horror, right? Like, you gotta break a rule. There's gotta be a transgression. This is very slasher-esque. Like, I feel like the folk horror is
Yeah,
also,
so
again...
break a rule, or there has to be an interloper of some kind.
There's a, part of the folk aspect of it, I think, is that communal, like, there's a lesson here, so don't go look in the well. Don't go, like, fishing at night.
Yeah, Helga is the harbinger, like, hey, you respect the dead, this is what we have to do. And if you don't follow that, this will happen. And it
just will happen.
And just the sound design of it all, like, because these people have, succumbed to the lake, to the sea, it's this murky, like, just squelching of the feet, of the boots, of whatever.
Yeah, the waterlogged body noises in this are really good.
It's
always like my issue with Friday the 13th is that Jason doesn't squish. He would be squishy.
Those boots would be so squishy.
It would mush everywhere he walked.
And that's just what they'll do. They'll squish all over you. But yeah, this movie isn't big on, like, there are kills, but it's not like a visceral. It's very much, it's a lot of boiling points, and then, but not until the point where, like, it's predictable.
Yeah, it's like, it's the waiting and the terror.
It's the waiting. It's the is that one of my shipmates, or is that it with us right now?
And that's the other part about, like, Draugr folklore, is that it isn't just enough to, like, come back and kill you. It's like, no, I'm going to haunt you. I'm going to make your life
steal
hell,
your food,
and then I'm going to kill you.
The supplies you just took, I'm gonna smash them. You're not gonna.
Spoilers, guys. Come on.
Just petty little guys, what they are.
Yeah, but, like, it's really cool. I really enjoyed the psychological aspect to it, and, like you said, like, it could be, a creature, because this is. Or a spiritual, it could be a ghost story,
Could be a ghost story, could be like an undead thing.
Yeah. But it follows a very, it follows the mythos of the Nordic spirit. It follows the Nordic lore, and so I enjoyed that. I enjoyed how just, the cinematography of it is so beautiful, because there's ice, it's just snow. It is like, you're sometimes at sea, but it's all white.
It is
those
so
snowstorms
hollow.
at night give you, like, tension of, like,
I do like that these, like, different picks will let us be like, oh yeah, this country, this culture, this history, this atmosphere, this environment, this
Yeah. I like that all of our movies have
very
very different areas, like, that you're looking at, because, like, mine's like, okay, mountainous, rainy woodlands. And then it's like yours is like a little bit more like downtown,
more
canal way.
modernized.
Yeah, a little bit more modernized.
Mine's like very urban. It's
Yeah.
almost like, dystopic, like decay of, like, late stage capitalism type shit. I don't know if you guys can picture that.
No.
And then yours is just the actual void of, like, being in the northern shores during a snowstorm.
Where does your next pick?
So my next pick is this is
Weather-wise.
as soon as we drop this
Clearly,
thought,
I'm being affected by.
as soon as we drop this this idea of doing foreign folk, I kind of was just like, okay, I also have to pick a classic on this one. My follow-up is gonna be 19. Oh God, I lost the date already. Help me.
Do you need help?
I think it's 1973, The Wicker Man.
Oh, hell yeah, of course.
Oh, okay.
Classic.
Yes, Christopher Lee.
You can't really talk about non-American folk horror without discussing, and I think The Wicker Man, Nick Cage, all due respect.
Yeah, not the bees, Although I
They don't allow bees in here?
I do actually, I sometimes just look up the video of him dressed up as a bear punching that lady in the face because it was the funniest goddamn thing that ever happened on film. I did not expect it to happen. No, but I do believe it was 1973. I can't find it on IMDb because IMDb is being a pain in the butt right now. 1974. Written.
I had a 71 pick, but I just realized it's American, so...
Really?
Damn. I'll mention it later, though.
Yeah, written by Anthony Schaefer, David Pinnard, produced by Peter Snell, and directed by Robin Hardy. Robin Hardy, who you may know as the director of... What was the other one? I had all my stuff picked out, and then my browser decided it wanted to reset. The Fantasist and Forbidden Son in the 80s. So it didn't really hang around the horror genre for too long afterwards, but also starring Edward Woodward, horrible name, unfortunately, and the incredible Christopher Lee.
Have we all seen the original Wicker Man?
I have not.
Because this would be a great slash.
Yeah, it would. This movie, I don't want to, because actually, I didn't want to touch on it too hard because I feel like it could be a great slashix, but like, I couldn't talk about folk horror without talking about this movie. You know,
even briefly, because I know we have a lot to get through. But
yeah, police sergeant is investigating the disappearance of a girl last seen on this island, and
feels
so
like
he goes
a
out
classic
there.
premise at this point.
Yeah.
Which it is.
Very, and then he arrives and everybody's super chill, and it's like right around their like Mayday festival. But then as he starts digging deeper, things are not on the up and up, and there has some cult stuff going on and paganist stuff going on.
Wicker Man walked so Midsummer could fucking run.
Absolutely.
There
There may not have been any Atastupa in this one, but there was a massive effigy.
I struggled
and
with
it was
this.
so fucking real.
I struggled with watching this when I was a kid because I was just like, that cop is a dick.
Yeah.
Everyone's doing the right thing. Like, and I was like,
He's an asshole.
I was kind of
He's an
dialed
asshole
in, but in the
whole
wrong
movie.
frequency, but
But then you also have like Christopher Lee just being like menacing and like floating around.
Christopher Lee is like one of my favorite people in any era, genre. Like, he pops up, I'm having a good time. If he's singing classic heavy metal, which he's done a couple times for like multiple albums worth, I'm like vibing with it. He's just
anytime
a true
he
badass.
shows up in like a Tim Burton feature, so he's on screen for 30 seconds and he steals the whole show.
My man is like one of the best characters in Star Wars. He is one of the biggest characters in Lord of the Rings. Like, he's done it all, and just again, I think we've mentioned this
Darth
before.
Tyrannus?
Yes.
Aha! See,
Better known
It
as
was
Count
Dooku,
Dooku.
but like, come on.
It was a real shame. But no, great character, honestly. Like, outside
Cool
the movies.
lightsaber, too.
Outside the movies. Oh, and he's one of the best. Like, this is a really good character, honestly. He saw through the bullshit of the Jedi.
He also started seeing through the bullshit of the Sith, too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He really understood Qui-Gon. Anyway. And vice versa. But no, he's awesome. And I was going to say, just on top of everything else, just Christopher Lee killed a lot of Nazis.
He did.
Anytime we get to talk about someone that's murdered Nazis, we're going to give them some flowers.
Hell yeah.
He's just such a badass, and like we've talked about like the story with him and Peter Jackson being like, that's not what it sounds like when you stab a man on the back. This is what it sounds like when you stab a man in the back. How do you know that? A lot of men.
A lot of men, Peter.
Such a cool guy. I love him to death. Yeah, if you made it this far without having seen the 70s Wicker Man, you're doing yourself a disservice, because this is the foundation on what a lot of these like
Call
new
out of
cult
work,
movies.
watch the original, double feature with the remake, and then, pay attention when we release that episode. But no, definitely like obvious huge classic, really set the tone. Just like, I don't know, the Led Zeppelin of like folk horror. Like, you don't get to move forward without it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, I do feel guilty with my two picks, because I'm like, man, I didn't really branch out at all. It was like I went UK and UK.
Still international, still not US, still given a different perspective.
Yeah.
Especially because like a lot of my picks, like I got a 60s, I got a 70s. La Llorona was much more recent, and then I have another less contemporary, but more like post 2000s. And then, so yeah, I only have 3 more picks. Were you good on?
Oh, only 3 more?
Well, I mean, I can run through them quick, but
It's like, no,
I honestly didn't know.
Yeah,
how many
no,
we all had
I was like,
chosen,
I
but-
had The Ritual. I rewatched The Ritual. I was like, love The Ritual. And then I was like, okay, cool, Wicker Man. And then I tried Hellhole, and I was like, no.
You're like,
So it's
and
like,
I
well,
stopped.
I have 2.
I stopped here.
No, and like, well, so okay, if it helps, you picked like a huge classic, The Wicker Man. I am also picking like something that doesn't need me to talk about it or explain it, but I think, and I think I'm gonna mess up the pronunciation because I think it's technically Kaidan, but like Kwaidan. A lot of people know it as for the spelling, Kwaidan, right? Kwaidan. Came out in 1964. Masashi Kobayashi's like anthology that is just a series of ghost stories, but one of the just absolute classics of classic Japanese cinema.
Is this the black and white one?
So, it's so there are. Okay, if I'm so the poster, yes, is so yeah, it's you. Yeah, many people have seen this in black and white. I think it is available in color though. Like it has to be. I'm gonna double check my review in a second.
Yeah.
Because I went deep into each. Because it is an anthology, so like there are like 4 parts. There's frame narrative. It's fucking awesome. Like again, talk about movies that walked so others could run. Like VHS, our beloved anthology series doesn't exist without this. And like I'm not saying quite invented anthologies, but I'm just saying like this showed the horror community first how well it could be done.
Put
and
it on
how,
the board.
That's I just just credit where it's due. And
Absolutely.
kind of
No, it is in color. It is in color.
has those color segments, but I was going to say the poster is typically often, the face with the tattoos, which I think is often seen in black and white or black and white with isolated color. Regardless,
Isolated.
this was not always seen in color, I don't think. Like, I'm sure, audiences for many
Yeah.
years were watching this in black and white, which is a shame because the color segments pop.
Yeah, they do. The coloring, like the color grading in this is insane.
There are multiple,
Because there's like snowy wastelands that are like coming up as like, it doesn't look like a snowy wasteland like you would see in like Damned. It's snowy wasteland where it's like, it is so frozen and blue.
but there's like blues and
Blue.
purples and greens, and yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's so pretty. And then there's also like a segment where like I think it's like a lake is on fire or something like that.
So I was gonna
Shit's
say
crazy.
there are
I
like
remember this one now.
multiple sort of romantic ghost stories. One involving a writer. Like it's all very sort of writer heavy. But there's also multiple samurai stories. One of which just shows a full-on sea battle, and it is amazing. And it's essentially like theater production type like effects. Because again, 1964. But like. It puts us all to shame. It reminds you why studio spaces used to need to exist beyond the volume or some, green screen, green room, blue mess. Like, this is where, production...
Practical.
What do you mean? You don't like the
production,
LED
set
screens?
set design folk got to go off. Lighting folk got to work with them to make sure we could see it. Like, camera people had to be in tune with that.
Yeah, in order to like make a fucking swimming pool in a room look like it's a fucking open world is insanity.
And it really does. It clearly takes on a like hyper realistic tone, but like you are fooled into the narrative. It tricks you in. That's what it's supposed to do, right? So even when like the water is blood red, I'm eating it up. Like it's amazing.
Yeah, the
and
color
so you
grading
get
is-
like action in this. You get like ghost story stuff to the point where, if anyone's familiar with this post-rock band, Maybe She Will, they have a song called "How to Have Sex with a Ghost." I feel like this is so fitting for this movie. Like, there's like at least 2 to 3 stories where it's just like a dude in love with a ghost lady.
Yeah.
But they're all awesome, and I don't want to like give too much away or go into too much detail because again, like we're gonna try to just keep it snappy for everyone, but like, and I know I have more picks maybe than others, but this is, like I said, just such a classic.
Well, this was your genre of choice too, where it was like this was one of your picks for genres. So it's like,
it did win
Yeah.
the first roulette.
yeah,
No, and much how like it feels like necessary to talk about the working man, I feel like it's necessary to talk about Quiet Down.
absolutely.
No real way to do service to like the genre in film without
Yeah.
calling this out, because again, for what 36, 24, so what, I can't do math, 60-year-old movie,
Yeah.
70-year-old
how- when
did it
no
come out?
longer, sorry, wait, 36,
When did it come out?
no, 50, okay, like
64.
60 years-ish, whatever.
It'd be 61.
Ages beautifully, like it still holds up. You have to like kind of brace yourself for a lot of like, black and white international classic cinema that's like drama love story bullshit. Let me like whatever. This doesn't require any of that like necessary like armor against. Like the pacing is fantastic. Like there's so much action. There's so much for your eyes to look at. Like it is not just a
It
stationary
is a
camera.
feast. Yeah.
There's a whole like just the opening credits sequence is like this whole inky like special effects thing. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's like very lava lampy. But anyway, without rambling too much further, like go check out Quiet On. If you're a fan of folk horror and you made it this long and you still haven't seen this, like find your Criterion channel. It's on HBO, I'm sure.
I was gonna say it's $3.99, or it's on HBO Max.
It's streaming anywhere. It's going to be a cheap rental because it's so old. So
for sure.
do yourself the favor.
Hell of a fucking party movie. Just because of how visually.
Yeah,
it
you could put
is.
this on.
That'd be a fun one.
This
to put
like
together.
the visuals in this movie are fucking incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, again, not like blood heavy, right? This is not that type of horror movie, but like, do you want to know where like atmosphere comes from? Do you want to know what folks were getting scared by before they could just rip guts out? Like, here you go.
It's so sick.
So, very, very happy with that choice. if you want to toss it off to
Claudio's.
So,
second, third?
fun fact,
Seven.
I didn't know that we were doing more than one movie.
I'm so sorry. That's my bad.
So,
It's all good.
so
want
You were
me to
this,
line next?
you
I
were
got a
also
couple.
like hella busy.
this
So-
is also a good time for me to network myself back into a movie that, again, we've talked about briefly, but I can now... I feel like it's good. I mean, like, yeah, it's good to bring this up now that seeing, like, you know, Heresy. And now imagine, if you will, Heresy, but twice as long, quite literally, twice as long,
We've seen The Witch.
and in German,
Oh.
Das Teufels Bad, the Devil's Bath.
Ah.
It brings us back another 2024 historical horror.
You love The Devil's Bath.
So here's the thing.
That movie came out
after
you were
after
like,
seeing Heresy. I'm like, I think Heresy did the concept better, but they skew in two different ways. Joe, have you heard my ramble about Devil's Bath?
I think so, but you can definitely remind me. And
Film based on the book
All of our listeners.
Suicide by Proxy in Early Modern Germany, Crime, Sin, and Salvation, based on the criminal trial records of two women in Germany, 1704 and 1761, between Austria and Germany. Tells the... No, don't compare Heresy. This is a woman who is basically living almost a parallel life to our protagonist of Heresy, where she's having trouble conceiving with her husband. She is taking the blame for all faults in the marriage. It is very much, you know, what is a woman to do? And basically just losing her sanity and everything, and feeling that she is not good enough. And this is more of... The folk lives more... Yes, the folk lives more in the traditions of the practices made to either absolve her or to help her achieve what she wants with her husband.
Sure.
And how far she goes, and so on and so forth. And
Does it escalate in a similar fashion to Heresy?
that's where
Or the witch?
that's where it skews, where one is more into the Carrie White of it all, the folk in the forest of it all, where this is more of the
Like character study?
character study
Fair
of it
enough.
all.
Is this going to fall into the category for just helping folks, you know, suss out their tastes? Like how I was saying earlier, like, you know, folk horror that like really pushes like the more flashy stuff for like the very end, or is there no real flashy stuff?
I
Are we
would
not gonna
say
see,
there's
like,
no real... It's more shocking, but I wouldn't say flashy.
it's more sinister, more eerie, more of a character
more
study.
sinister, more eerie. Not to be like, oh, it's foreign, so of course they're going to push the boundaries. But it does get to a point where you're like, they're doing that, okay. Like, you know, trigger warning for anyone watching, you know, children endangerment. And just leave it at that, because I know that is a very
like
specific...
Lee Cronin's The Mummy child endangerment, or...
More, I would say. Which is bonkers. Bonkers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
more torture porny?
Well,
Or just like,
It's
but
very
her
much-
soul was getting ripped out. Or
it's
something.
very much just done. But like, it's the fact that the act is a
Okay, but
Yeah.
so okay, not as gruesome.
no, it's not as visually gruesome, but however, it's the act that really just like.
Also like Hannibal Rising.
But yes,
When
all
they
in all-
eat the child.
Oh no, they took their time with that. It wasn't ba 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 ba.
Ba, 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 ba. But yeah,
It was past the stew. Would you like some?
but in this, like, you know, it is very much, you know, desperation. It is how far will you go? It is if the whole village is telling you you're wrong, how long can you take it before you say, yeah, I'm wrong, and I just want to be absolved of everything, and I don't want... Take me out of
I feel like
this.
it's a very common recurring theme, right? Like any kind of witchcraft, seance, ghost story, I feel like is often like, you know, the inciting incident, like things that kick it off, right? Is like a human, for good reasons or bad, get a little too greedy, right? And they want to reach outside their lot in life, and they do so through the whatever forbidden text or whatever, you know,
Right,
prayer,
and
ritual, etc. Fill in the blank.
When the one thing happens that's good, they think this is not how it should be. Like
Possibly, sure.
something is wrong with you, and
But just what you were saying in terms of the going too far, the transgressing, like reaching outside of norms.
Yes.
You know, and then feeling consequences 10 times, you know, whatever.
And very historical with practices like, you know, to suck the badness out of you, you know, you have to have leeches, or you have to do these practices. It's very...
There's a foreign thing inside of you which we must, you know, extract.
Yes,
you know,
through these many methods.
Lest you become victim to it, much like the devil or whatever, you know.
In your opinion, you said Heresy did it better?
Heresy did it better in half the time.
Yeah.
I mean, like, again, one, it goes very supernatural, very, you know, folk of the woods, and one is more village based. Everything is in the village.
Yeah.
You know, the forest is mentioned, and the forest is, you know, winked at as, you know, a guidance, but like...
Yeah.
It's funny to me how much of this like subgenre is aesthetic, right? Because it really is about like, oh, well, can I hear them crunchy leaves?
Yeah.
Do I see people in robes?
The setting
it is an
really
atmosphere.
needs...
Are people
yeah.
chanting at some
Setting
point?
and atmosphere are so important to this genre.
Do I get my soft candle lighting? Like, as long as those boxes I feel like get checked, it's almost as important as the, like, okay, there was a legend, there was a, you know, a ghost, there was a, you know, whatever community aspect. Like, I just feel like it is as much sort of stylistic and aesthetic as much as it is, like, substantive and, you know, writing-based and premise-based.
Right.
And whatever.
Like, just based on, like, aesthetics and everything, another one that comes to my mind that I can't believe I didn't think about it when we were talking about the genre at first was, are you guys familiar with 2017's Hagazusa,
That might have
Heathen's
been
Curse?
That might have been the Witch in the Pit opening.
It may have been,
that
yes.
I don't like.
Yes, it could have been.
Is it because I don't know?
It's very art housey. It's
Heathen's-
very.
That's
I don't.
newer or
I don't
older?
remember it. I don't
Hagazusa.
remember it as
Heathen's
well.
Curse from
Haggis-
2017.
Okay, 2017. That might be one of the ones that I like just couldn't like finish the first.
It's
10 minutes.
very German. It is very German art house.
Yeah, I think
And
that might
it's,
have been.
it
what I
is
was thinking.
slow. A lot of people call it like middle road mundane, but it's like if we're just kind of like getting into the idea of the aesthetics and everything, I just remember this movie being visually striking because it's a lot of like really scenic shots of like mountains and stuff like that. It's such a beautiful scenery.
One of my big picks that would take me to the UK, kind of steps. Like you guys can tell me, like, because this was almost like I cut it off. But have you guys seen Ben Wheatley's 2011 Kill List?
No.
No.
I have not.
This is classic Ben Wheatley, right? This is like the shit that made him like an awesome dude that like horror heads and, you know, film, you know, nerds were like looking at. And more recently, he's, you know, been doing a Netflix movie, doing like a, you know, Amazon Prime action movie, doing the Meg 2, you know. So I'm not really sure what's up with Ben Wheatley, you know, as of late. But, you know, he had some success with Free Fire in 2016.
It says, the overview says genre blend, kitchen sink drama
For what?
for Kill List.
Well, I'm glad it doesn't give anything away. It does like center around like a family drama in a respect, but it's about a hitman who's you know kind of down on his luck, and he has to take a weird assignment from a mysterious client, right? And things sort of unfold from there, and it like embroils him in a very Wicker Man-esque plot that as it further unfolds itself, you realize that he's like, you know, a piece in a larger machine that is a part of a larger ritual that has to do with sacrifice, and it gets very symbolic in, you know, his relationship to his family.
Oh,
and I don't
hang
want to
on.
spoil anything, but it's got a dope ending, and it's been very
I don't think I've
lauded.
seen this, but I have seen the Wicker Mask thing
Yes.
before. I've
So
seen that
if-
somewhere. I feel like I've seen that scene.
Oh, well, you may have seen it, because I know you're a fan of the band Knocked Loose, as am I, and if anyone's seen the sort of twin music videos for their...
Deep in the Willow and...
Everything is Quiet Now.
Everything is quiet now.
The, you know, sort of folk killers in those music video
Are wearing very similar masks.
it's almost the same like sort of straw mask that's been utilized in a lot of movies, in a lot of horror movies. Like it's a big aesthetic thing, but like I love that. But so Kill List 2011, I mentioned Free Fire 2016 was sort of the beginning of him kind of branching out. I did really love his High Rise with Tom Hiddleston. If anyone's seen that, it's like a fun dystopian adaptation. But he's also known for like artsier, cool shit like A Field in England, which is a black and white acid trip of a movie that takes place in like the Dark Ages and is just like literally knights trip on mushrooms.
That sounds so sick.
A more recent post-2020 movie, 2021's In the Earth, was a sort of return to form for Ben Wheatley, where again he was doing like an eco-terror, very poetic, visually weird movie.
Oh,
In the Earth kind of came out in the same time as In the Dirt, which was an Aaron Benson and Moorhead jaunt that was kind of similar.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ben Wheatley, also known for Sightseers. He had an ABCs of Death segment early on. He's known for being like an indie rom-com, indie horror, action thriller type dude. Kind of a jack of all trades.
ABCs of Death again.
Who's like, again, like a name to keep, that people have like had their eye on. But I feel like the last like 3 or 4 releases, he's just been kind of, I don't know, not hitting the genre heights that I've always kind of hoped. But regardless, Kill List, really good one. I thought it counted, even though it kind of is also like Hitman and a little bit of action conspiracy thriller. But despite it being like contemporary for 2011, like urban landscape, it still has like all the sort of Village Be Damned and Wicker Man-esque vibes,
Right.
especially at the end. So
I am genuinely surprised, and it might be on your list. You may have just not said anything about it yet, but I'm genuinely surprised that the Wailing didn't end up higher for you.
I didn't love The Wailing.
Yeah?
The one time, and again, the one time I watched it, I was like, this is over 2 hours, and I don't know why.
that's the 2016.
But again, I'm a real pacing whore.
Yeah, you do love pacing.
I've realized, I've said in a recent review, I was like, ooh, it's like this writing and performances. Like if you drop any of those 3 balls, like you fucked up.
Because it forms that very sturdy triangle base of like if that is out of whack, then the whole
That's
thing's
what
gonna
creates
fall down.
momentum for me.
Respect
Like,
the balance.
even
Yes.
more than like score and camera. Like I love a dynamic camera. I love a relevant score. But if those are just like TV level background functional, those other 3 will still.
They're
make
just
me-
candy. They're just candy at that point because it's like, no, you need that solid foundation to put everything on top of.
It's
like that was my
pacing and
biggest.
performance.
That was my biggest issue with Hellhole was just like, it didn't do it for me.
Because
And
just
I'm
real
like,
quick, how often do you watch a movie and you're like, God damn, this cast is on fire. I wish they had something to work with. Or, this movie's so smart and clever. Too bad the actors are like wooden planks. You know what I mean? Like I feel like you're so often flip-flopping or
Yeah.
vacillating between those.
And it's like I really did feel bad because so many people, specifically for Hellhole, because so many people are all over the internet talking about it. Like, oh, this fucking hidden gem that's on Netflix. You got to check it out. You got to check it out. And I just could be wrong. You guys could fucking love it. But like, it just wasn't my thing. I just couldn't get into it. There was, like I said, there were some cool tricks that were done. There's like, I will say, trigger warning. There's a lot of fucking teeth falling out in this one. Like, I'm talking like It's Always Sunny level of dude just pulling his fucking teeth out.
Stop! Stop! What are you doing? Same time.
No, but like there are like totems that are being like left in places, and it's like the synopsis is interesting because like I was already on board with like the overview for it, where it's like, oh, cop poses as a priest to get into like this monastic order that like women have been going missing from, and it's like it's a sanitarium, so it's like people are brought there, but it's like when they're there they're possessed, so it's like they're trying to exorcise these women, but it's like then we find out that the exorcisms are all bullshit, and it's like, well, what's going on? And there's a deeper, darker thing that's actually happening in the background, and it's got some gross out moments for sure. Like the gore is definitely there, but it's just like, for me, it just didn't fucking go anywhere. Like, it was just too damn slow.
I was gonna say, I only had one more official pick that has a lot of like what you just said, doing it well, but I don't want. Did you have any other? I was gonna say, I hope I didn't rush you guys through. I thought we were like, I was getting worried about our pacing, so I was like, oh my gosh, guys, we each have like a half dozen. We gotta. I'm like, we're spending a lot of time.
We all sat down and made 45 lists.
I
so
got
sorry.
1.5 and a rock.
So I hope I didn't, like I said, rush you guys through. The last one I was
It's okay,
gonna
Rocky, you take your time.
officially discuss was a 2023 movie, Sleep, Korean. Just very straight folk horror, despite, again, being like recent,
I
new,
really
modern,
wanted to
contemporary.
see this one.
I highly recommend it. I won't spoil anything. The plot, goes places, and it gets very interesting just within the
I love
dynamic.
it when a plot happens.
Oh no, but seriously, plot fucking happens, but it's not like, it's quality, not quantity, right? It's not like so much happens. It's just that, like, okay, the premise is you have this, sort of young couple, very sort of honeymoon phasey, very affectionate, great, healthy couple, and because of the husband's sort of sleep issues, getting asleep, staying asleep, sleepwalking, sleep talking, sleep assaulting, etc. It escalates, right? Because of course a ghost is involved. But from that dynamic, I found it so refreshing that the couple is like, their love is never in doubt. Their dynamic feels so authentic and supportive, and like she never gives up on him, and he's never really trying to like lean into his anger for her. It never gets to those toxic levels. I just found that to be so refreshing that, like, oh yeah, we can watch a couple that just has it figured out, and like we can just set a good like example essentially for when a ghost haunts you.
It also fits into your protect the child list as well.
Protect the child movies typically save for like actiony things. Which I thought a recent movie, Redux, absolutely fits. But no, this one's also just cool, not only for like the sort of relationship goals of it all being just like a refreshing take, but also just for being like a sort of romantic, ghost haunting, straightforward kind of story. The third act resolution is just extremely clever in my mind, and I thought it was paced out very well. And like, because it's hard to do folk horror more than just the vibes. It's hard to do it beyond the style and aesthetic. Like, I think when you have that smart scripting, on top of powerful performances, that's when you're like nailing it. And this movie really nailed it for me.
Tight 95 minutes as well.
That's what I'm saying. Structure.
Yeah.
Very
hate
well
on
thought.
that. I'm also seeing here that it says like horror, mystery, thriller, psychological horror, and black comedy.
It is. That was the last thing. It is way funnier than it has any right to be. Like, think, sleepwalking, possession type stuff, but like Mr. Magoo a little bit.
That's what I was just about to say. It's like, it sounds like Possession, Mr. Magoo.
I'll just say, like, a doctor gets like smacked in the head by an empty like prescription bottle, like from out of frame, and it's just one of the most hilarious bits I've ever. Because he doesn't get hurt. He's just like, fuck me, fuck you, what shit? And it's so
fuck me, fuck you, what the fuck?
It just struck me as so like really like.
And it struck him too.
It just way like it just it broke the tension well.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of like solid, authentic tension as well.
It's coming very highly recommended through like the Cannes Film Festival when it debuted. Like, apparently this did really well.
That's how it got on my list in 23, another busy year. And then the thing I mentioned earlier that I forgot
This
I
is
couldn't
Sleep
do.
2023.
Yes.
Correct.
Not 2022.
I'm sure there's a lot of.
Oh, that's so
Sleep
sick.
movies. Not to be confused with Dr. Sleep, another great movie.
The Sleep from 2022 has a 2 out of 10 on IMDb.
Not-
so
You know
do not
what?
mix that up.
Not Kevin Costner's The Big Sleep either.
No.
And then the American movie that I was going to do until I remembered it was American is one of the things I picked up at MonsterCon last summer. Let's Scare Jessica, 1971.
Oh yeah.
Loose adaptation of the one of the first pre-Dracula vampire novels, Carmilla, by the Irish novelist Joseph Delos something. But yeah,
Ireland loves its vampires, man.
hell yeah, absolutely,
hate
and so
some.
do we. But so did Let's Scare Jessica, which apparently has a remake in the works.
Interesting.
So-
That was the one that you picked up the Vinegar Syndrome box
Yes.
set
Yeah.
for it, right? Yeah.
Beautiful packaging.
Shout
from
out Vinegar Syndrome. Go check out some of their crazy box sets because they have some of the coolest stuff
you're
and
a
some
little-
of the weirder name movies you've ever seen.
If you're a little essay boy like I am, like I love the Criterion essays that are usually in their packaging, and Vinegar Syndrome.
Yeah, the write-ups are incredible.
Packed this one with really cool supplemental posters and essays and those kind of booklet
I
materials.
think every release they do has like all kinds of candy in there for
At least
you.
like the box ones. Like this was like one of those nice big cardboard boys.
Yeah, if I remember correctly too, the actual box for it is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's that bright pink one,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
And it does. It has like awesome, just really, really cool visuals. Like if anyone also loves like, the motif that New Evil Dead is doing with like these women rising from the lake, this is where that comes from. This is woman rising from lake vibes. She's coming for you.
I love that.
That's your American honorable mention.
Yeah, there you go.
American honor.
I got scared for a minute when I picked The Ritual because it came up as like country of origin, the UK bracket Wales, and then said Canada, and I was like, wait, does Canada count though? Yeah, sure. Canada's foreign enough.
Canada's
right?
what you want to make it.
Canada's more of a state of mind anyway, baby. I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
Shout out
Yes, you
to
do.
shout out to stand-up comedian who I love. Oh shit, what's her name? She's got a couple specials on that have been on Netflix for a while. Catherine Ryan.
Yes, I love Catherine
Canadian
Ryan.
stand-up who
Yeah.
like lives in the UK, has a really cool series adapted from one of her stand-up specials about her and her daughter. But she's just a hilarious woman who has
She's-
a lot of shit talk on Canada, and like I won't take it from her, but like go check
She
out.
also shit talks the hell out of the United States because
Oh,
she's
yeah.
usually
And the UK,
on
like,
British
she's-
comedy series,
Very funny.
being like the token American, but she's Canadian. It's so funny. She was on Taskmaster, Would I Lie to You, so many other shows. They're so
her impressions though of her like not Appalachian sister, her Saskatchewan sister, just really get me. Anyway.
You guys have anything else that you would like to talk about? I'm very much looking forward to this next round of roulette. I think it'll be a lot of fun to.
I can't wait to see what's going to be.
I can't wait to have more than one movie.
I assumed
You were busy.
Yeah, no, you
We
just have a
all
lot going on.
said, what? I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. 30, 30, 30. And I'm like, dang, they're going through their movies so
Don't
quickly. And then
go-
they're like, oh, I have another. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Don't go by Summer Joe standards. I got a lot of free time on my hands right now.
If Summer Joe wants to ante up, I can't wait to beat School Joe's butt or other jobs.
He's so stressed. Leave him alone.
Oh,
He can
no.
handle so
He's
little.
doing his best.
He's gonna
goddamn
be
it.
He's
extra-
overwhelmed. He's overstimulated.
He's gonna be extra stressed and like, yeah, get ready. Your comeuppance will be. You can only make me boo boo the fool once on here.
His revenge will be swift.
Like the Draugr, I will haunt you.
Bring it.
Out of spite.
We'll basement match. Before we leave
Yes.
the realm of international folk, is there anything I think after like discussing all of these like gems that we really enjoy, appreciate, wanted to like spread awareness of? I mentioned, my pattern recognition a little bit with, the tropes of like transgressing, invoking spirits, sort of, going against like elders or otherwise like communal norms.
Interloping.
So I was wondering, like, aside from like the ghosts of it all, the legends of it all, the spells of it all, were there any other like tropes, patterns, archetypes that you wanted to shout out, give recognition to, shit talk or praise? I feel like
I think we kind of hit
most.
all of like the key points of what like.
It is a wide umbrella.
Yeah.
Not to be like this is the folk to-do list, but like with everything that you just said, you could pinpoint each of our movies onto that.
Absolutely.
board.
Because I think they all fit into that in some fashion or another.
I got a question maybe we can end on. Like, so since
Yeah.
we've been ignoring the American faves for the last, hour plus, are there any that you would want to shout out that we hadn't already mentioned? Like, I was going to say, actually, like, M. Night Shyamalan's The Village.
That is
which
a good one.
is something that, like, again, is oozing with style, even if a lot of people, like, want to make fun of the substance. Like, I always tell the story of me and my dad seeing this movie in the theater, and I love this memory, because we ended up, like, loving the movie. We had a great time, like, sitting through it, but literally, opening credits, like, I leaned to my dad and was like, hey, wouldn't it be funny if? And, like, I
oh my
absolutely
God,
predicted,
yeah.
and then we just watched it happen. We were, like, cracking up, and it was an awesome, movie memory experience. I love that. Thank you, Dad. But, like, again, you have, like, it is a period piece. It doesn't have to be, but, like, you're set in that sort of, old-timey communal village, turn of the century type setting. There are, monsters on the outskirts of the village. Don't go there. Don't transgress.
Oh, no, there
don't
are-
not listen to us.
There are a couple now that I'm like, I had to like pull up a list because I'm like, I'm definitely not thinking of the rights. Like, I can't think of any out of the
So, okay, The Village, Midsommar, The Witch,
the
Wicker Man
Hereditary.
remake.
Hereditary. I feel like could also fit into that.
I mean,
mold a
literally
little
any
bit.
ghost story. So, like,
Yeah.
even if we're, but like, so let's even try to be like even narrow
Blair
with the
Witch.
American thing. Oh God, Blair Witch, 100%.
Yeah.
Project. Sequels, say what you will, whatever. We're getting another one of those soon.
The fucking Children of the Corn. In
Oh
the,
my
in
God!
The, in the tall grass.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh, in the tall grass is
Yes. I'm like going through and I'm like, shit, there's like a handful that I didn't even think about that I was like,
I mean, you can even push it and say bullshit like Clown in a Cornfield, which I fucking hate, but is a new, more recent.
that's a slasher.
Well, I was gonna say.
yeah, but it's based on
Pumpkinhead?
a town legend, right?
Pumpkinhead.
If you want to
Which I haven't seen,
legends,
but-
Yeah.
Candyman.
There you go.
Yeah,
Ooh,
ooh,
yes.
yeah,
Excellent
yeah.
folk horror choice. Fucking love Candyman. Yes. And that's one
It's
that
a bit
comes
more
from
contemporary too.
But
now,
comes
too,
from
yeah.
true communal, like even though it's like a fake legend that they
Communal
invented
mythos,
for the movie.
follow the rules.
but also reflecting very real communal struggles and very real like cultural strife and like things that come from genuine oppression.
This one's American made, but it's
violence,
and it's American made, but it's following like a Haitian folklore. As the Serpent and the Rainbow is another one that pops into it. It's fucking Wes Craven, like oh god, Sleepy Hollow.
By the way,
Hollow.
Was that one of the Sam Neill ones?
No.
No, but he did Wes Craven's In the Mouth of Madness.
Into the Mouth of Madness, yes.
Which, just real quick, R.I.P. Sam Neill, everyone.
Yeah.
This is going to be coming out, some weeks after that news dropped. But we love Sam Neill. We love Possession. We're excited for that remake coming out. We're excited for honoring a man who has brought us things like Event Horizon and Jurassic Park, of course. But like, just a real weirdo who we say with the greatest amount of affection, and someone who genuinely, understood, I think, the humility necessary to make it through this world with any kind of sanity left at the end of your day, and I think that's a big part of what we do here is like, lurking in the corners to find our little scraps of sanity to face the world with. But Sam Neill, a real one, who did it with poise and a plum.
Poise and a plum.
Yeah, he is going to have a legacy that is going to last forever.
Help me, Glenn. Safe travels, I forget.
Slangafol.
Slangafol.
What the fuck?
Well, to end on that, well, that'll about do it for us at the podcast downstairs. We hope you had as much fun as we did. You can catch up on previous episodes on our YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts from. I believe our last episode that is available would be
29, which was the second round of show and tells.
Second round of show and tells.
Yes, the ones we've seen in movie theaters.
Oh yeah, that was a big one.
That's a fun one. Yeah, you should go back and watch it if you haven't watched it.
When we did Backrooms and Obsession, so
yeah,
that might be helpful to point out.
You can also find us on TikTok and Instagram. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Tell us some of your favorite folk horrors. Make sure that you hit that follow button. We would love to hear your thoughts on things. We'd also like to thank our producer and tech wizard, Don, as well as Not Great Entertainment for all of the help setting up the pod. Take care of yourselves. R.I.P. Sam Neill. And until next time, stay out of the basement.
The blood of the innocent. Carpet Day.
I just want you to stop saying odd shit.
Party's over. How's that for a slice of fried gold?
I am your mother.
Everyone you love around you dies. This is a way of life. Is it dead?
Prime time, bitch.
I worship Satan. Satan is good. Satan is our pal.
I can't believe I just fucking